So, an update on my arm. It looks like this now. Let's do a timeline. So, I burnt the crap out of the arm, not last Thursday, but the Thursday before that. So now we're like the week in 4 days. Into the burn, this whole section that's pink was just had turned into like a million little blisters, but really it was one big blister. Like this whole area was basically just a big blister. I caught it on the fridge when I went to grab some milk, and it peeled a huge flap of skin back. It was heinous beyond all reason, and it hurt really bad. And it was super gross. And they were like, okay, you just want to wash it and push the flap of skin back down and then bind it. And as soon as I washed it, it just peeled off like super cheap, super wet toilet paper. It fell apart in my hands. I was like, "Ah!" So I had a big, huge, kind of open wound raunch, like a day one scrape, a big one. At that point, I started wrapping it. The first video we shot was the day after I started wrapping it and we did our first bandage change. I went through and talked about kind of what it costs to dress this wound. Like I bought these dressings, $9.99 for 5 of them, but the wound was big enough I needed to use two at a time. And
Right.
so I was using two of those every day. And so call it like $5 in bandages a day. So I wrapped and I unwrapped the wound in that. On our first video, I was taking that off and it just peeled the top off of that open wound area right here. And it was super painful and super miserable. 0 out of 10, would not recommend. And I had to do that for 2 days because even though we own CrashPads, which is a bandage company, and the bandage is like perfect for this, right? I didn't
Yeah.
have any on hand. They were all out in Utah. And so I paid $170 to overnight 10 CrashPads to me so I could put them on and see how they worked. And FedEx dropped the ball horribly, and I got them 2 days later. Like we paid to have them delivered the next morning at 10 a.m., and they got there 2 days later at
Oh,
10 p.m. So by the time I got a crash pad on it, I had already had to change these heinous bandages for 3 days, and it was already in pretty good shape. It was still a little wet, right? The big thing about the crash pads was it was lovely because number one, two covered the entire wound. It's a polyurethane, so it was fine in the shower. And so I had been showering like this for 2, 3 days, right? And
mhm.
as soon as I got the crash pads on, it was done. I did get a little too far up on my joint, and so I had to wrap the tape around on the crash pad. It didn't love the constant movement, but everything else stayed on really well. And what it did is it kept my dog's paws off the kind of freshish wound. She'll jump up and get me the paws right on the wound. And so the crash pad was awesome for that. So for 3 days, I had one crash pad on. It did great. I could shower with it. It was just one thing. I didn't have to unwrap it. The gel made it super nice. I could like smack on it and it did not hurt because of the compression or something. It's a cool product. In fact, my son came in last night and he's like, "Hey, I'm hurt." And so I pulled out two of the little ones and put them on his boo-boos. I'm like, that's the best Band-Aid I've ever seen in my freaking life. So I'm really happy
Well,
I own the company. I've got to get some more inventory ordered.
and they stay on.
No, for sure. And even if you have it on a weird, joint, as soon as I wrapped the adhesive, like the little bit of tape on it, thing stayed on for 3 days, no questions asked. And it was great. Then I pulled it off after 3 days, and this is what I've got. Like this is one day past that 3 days.
Hmm.
And it just, when I pulled it off, I was like, that looks great. Like I
Yeah.
got it. It's not painful anymore. It's new, good, healthy skin. So yeah, that's my update. I am a week and 4 days past the burn. It was like a low end second degree, medium thickness burn. Had a big blister right here. As soon as the crash pad came off, I couldn't even touch the skin because it would just like peel. It would just like come off in a big sheet. And so that came off super fast, like 2 minutes. It's healing. It's been miserable. I wish I had crash pads the whole time. And that's one of the things I've realized. It's like if you get raunched, if you're on a mountain bike every once in a while, if you want a bandage on hand for when you gasoline burn yourself, you've got to have it at your house. We've got to figure out some marketing methodologies to get it into bicycle stores so that like I remember last time I was in a serious mountain bike accident. I was on the trail and I hit a rock the wrong way and whoop, right off the side of the mountain. I was all torn up. If at that moment I knew my local bike shop, which I see at least twice a year, had good bandages for this, I would have gone straight there. Before I went anywhere else, I would have just gone straight there. And the truth is, if you're a mountain biker or a skateboarder or a extreme anything, if you do anything that involves speed and pavement, you just have to take care of your own wounds. You just can't go to the hospital every single. I didn't go to the hospital for this, right?
Right.
I knew immediately what it generally was. I talked to my friends who were doctors, and they said, just keep it clean, this, watch for this, and you'll be fine. And so even though I took care of it, that was more because I was really busy. I did not want to go sit in a hospital for 5 hours so someone would wrap it. I can clean it and I can wrap it. The same thing with crash pads. If I had just had those at house, I would have never had to peel the top off. I'd have been able to have the bandages on for a day or two at a time.
Mhm.
I wouldn't have had to shower with my arm up. It's a million times better. I'm happy I own it. We've got to get some inventory. I've become much more convinced this time. This wound right here that I've got, I put crash pads on this and was not a huge fan. I even bought the company after that I was not a huge fan. And it's because this wound was me on a one wheel. I
Mhm.
hit the max speed on a one wheel and then it like pitched me straight into the ground at 14 miles an hour. And this wound right here was deep and had just this shredded meat quality to it that I had real trouble getting clean because it was deep and it kind of pushed gravel out for the next 6 months in these little, like, whatever. It was gross. That was the wrong wound for a crash pad, right? It was deep, it was dirty, I couldn't get it clean. I put a crash pad on that and it just didn't work. It like just made the whole wound kind of angry and festery. And so I had to go into a doctor for that. So I would say, in my experience with crash pads, superficial burn, awesome. Best bandage ever. Scrape, like superficial scrape, awesome. Best bandage ever. Deep, dirty, shredded cheese kind of wound, go to the doctor.